Welcome back to ATW. We're your hosts. I'm Anthony McLachlan.
And I'm Jim Van Horne.
There have been a lot of dogs featured on ATW, and it's no wonder. Dogs are found in about 1/3 of Canadian households, and of course, they're awesome.
Of course they are. They love us. They keep us active and out of trouble, and they are very loyal companions.
Plus, you always have an excuse for not handing in your homework. The dog ate it.
Anthony, I've told you a million times back in college, that doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, I've probably gone back to that well one too many times, but enough about my academic excellence. Let's remember what we're talking about here, our cute, furry, and friendly friends.
That may be true in most cases, but sadly, not all dogs find their way into loving homes. Some are neglected and abused and become aggressive after prolonged suffering. At some point, people are not willing to take those dogs on.
Unless you're somebody like James Tsai, who is an incredible dog trainer and works with the most hostile dogs you can imagine and helps turn their lives around. AMI Vancouver's Grant Hardy met up with James and learned about his work.
Good boy. There we go. There we go.
Grover is sociable. He needs to run a lot. He needs to walk a lot. He needs to get out a lot. He loves outside. He is a very loving boy. If somebody's upset, he will come up to them and lick them and kiss them.
Jeanette Taylor and her dog Grover have a loving and close relationship.
Stop.
But that wasn't always the case. When she first met Grover, he was a very different animal.
He was very aggressive with other dogs, with people. It seemed to me that he was fighting to survive, just like a homeless dog that didn't know where to go.
Having already been through a handful of homes and rescues in 2 different cities, it looked like Grover's new family wouldn't be for long.
Okay, let's go in. Let's go in, Grover.
But things suddenly changed for the better when Grover and Jeanette met dog trainer James Tsai.
So when I met Grover, I found him to be kind of reactive. I found him to be a bit aggressive, dog reactive to other dogs. I had to see why he was reacting this way. And how was it that the family dynamics and the individuals that were present that are part of his primary caregiving, what are they like with him?
James's holistic approach gave Jeanette and her family the tools to help Grover heal.
Wait, Tonka, Sammy?
According to James, the process begins the moment he sees a photo of a dog referred to him.
Usually when I have someone contact me, and I'll either by email or by text, then I'll say, please send me pictures of your dog. And then they'll send me the picture of the dog. And I can usually tell pretty well what their issues are. So what we can do with a dog, not only in just pictures, but in person, is we can connect to them and we can see the little tiny intricacies and the little changes in their eyes, the body language, their eyebrows, their ears. And usually I'm pretty quick with breaking down their visceral issues. Tonka, wait.
James's initial technique involves getting dangerously close to aggressive dogs, occasionally resulting in scars large and small.
I have suffered some bites in the past. So for example, I have one on my bicep that's recent. It's a bit from a large dog. I have bites on my arms. A dog that was muzzled this weekend tried to attack me, and thankfully he had his muzzle on, or he would have ripped me to shreds. But all he did was, get me in the lip, trying to bite my face through his muzzle. I'm just going to bring him over there so I can...
For James, the rewards are worth it, and he's surrounded by reminders every day at his house.
Oh, this is Sammy.
There's Sammy, who lost her hind legs in a hit and run. A happy and healthy dog today, Sammy darts around on her doggy wheelchair. And then there's the gentle giant Nero, a Great Dane that was collared, abused, and starved. He arrived at James's at only 75 pounds, a timid and fearful shell. Being so old, he had nowhere else to go. But today is a happy, playful, and social dog.
Oh, silly boy.
And then there's Tonka, severely beaten through 6 homes, the results of which have left the Great Dane partially deaf and blind. Banned in the state of New York, he had virtually nowhere to go, but through social media found his way to James and is well on his way to recovery. Sara Gardner, co-founder of CAARE Rescue, feels that James's ability to bond with dogs is a unique gift, which is why she refers the most challenging dogs to him.
He really gets into the dog's soul. He connects with the dog on a different level. He doesn't get frustrated, and he never says that any dog is hopeless. Every person that we have sent to James to work with the dog that they have in their care, they have come back with a positive experience and a positive outcome.
Here, Nero.
You know what really stood out to me was James's belief that everybody deserves a second chance. After all, I think all of us have needed a second chance at some point in life.
Oh, that's for sure. There's nothing scarier than a dog attack, especially for our viewers who work with service animals. So I can see why you'd want to really ensure that you can manage your dog's aggression. But if anyone can do it, it's got to be somebody like James Tsai.
That reminds me of my brother's dog, Kane. He and his girlfriend rescued him from Thailand, and although it's taken him a long time to trust humans again, he's actually doing really well.
That's great to hear. James may be a dog whisperer, but dealing with an angry dog can be very dangerous. And he has that 1-inch wound on his arm to prove it, plus the fat lip from this past weekend. But it's evident that he has developed a real bond with his animals.
If you'd like more information on James's Rescue Foundation, check out arfarfbarkbark.com. It's spelled just like how it sounds, ARF, barkbark.com.
That is a great website name.